What's up guys, Bajheera here for TGN.TV, and today I'm going to be bringing you guys a basic 2v2 arena tips video against Frost Mage Subtlety Rogue. Some basic tips: be sure to get in combat so you don't get sapped, and then of course have your healer cast something on you so they get in combat and don't get sapped. Be sure to get the fuck out of that smoke bomb or have your healer join you. Be sure to Blade Storm early, it'll clear some roots and it'll get easy damage, break the shields on the mages. Retaliation, it's extra damage if the rogue is on you, and be sure to get rend on both of them. It'll break stealth and break their shields. So, and you'll see, especially at the end of this match, it's a pretty big deal. This is my attempt at getting in combat. Failure. Run into the pillar. Can't get the heroic leap on the stealthies. So what ends up happening for us is my druid is way the hell across the map, and I'm stuck in the smoke bomb. So I go down to about 20,000 health. I trinket heroic leap out of the smoke bomb. Get my regen going. And now I fear them, but for some reason the rogue doesn't get feared. He must be out of range. But I'm going to get on the rogue anyway, so it's not a big deal. So here we go. I Blade Storm over to my druid because I don't want to get caught out in the middle of nowhere while he's going to be sitting in what looks like a deep ring. But luckily for us, they missed the ring, so I'm able to, still get heals throughout all this burst that's going to be going on. I'm fully hotted up, so I'm not really taking that much damage, so I pop Retail and let this rogue hit me for a while. So right here I don't have Rend up, but you'll see in a minute. So he'll get the Vanish off right here, and then I'll be like, "Aw," because I wanted to kill him right here, but he'll vanish, and if I had Rend up, I'd be able to get him out. But I don't. My druid gets cheap shotted, which brings the rogue out of stealth. And here we go. Now he's low, and I'm like, okay, we're going to finish this game right here. So I'd be sure to get the Rend on him, and then he's going to go try to run away, and I'm going to be like, LOL, drop my banner, because I know we got him. And then there he goes. Bleeds to death, running around the pillar, and we win the game. So be sure to get the Rend up for multiple reasons. This next game is going to be a good example of how to play smart against the Mage and a Rogue. You got to remember that they CC and burst well. So if you guys get caught out in the open, be sure to fear and regen. This will put a stop to the damage that they're doing to you and let you get some health back. You also don't want to overextend. If you get out stuck in the open, they can blow you up. And last thing, keep that Rogue still. Get an improved hamstring on him or throw him down, and then that gives you an excellent opportunity to get some good damage on him. So I heroic leap in here, try to get in combat. Doesn't really work. Mage pops out of stealth anyway, so I'm Blade Storming both of them here. Right now they don't drop a smoke bomb, which is unusual. However, they do still manage to light me up. So my druid has to pop tree form. They're both still on me, so I'm gonna fear here, and I'm also gonna pop my enraged regen, which will give us an opportunity to get back on our feet. So I get healed up and get hotted up. Mage is still in a fear. The rogue got feared all the way across the map, so he is definitely going to get a re-stealth. Unless he just comes right after me. So he decides not to re-stealth and just to get right back on me. I guess they want to keep up their initial burst, although it's pretty much down already. My druid gets counterspelled, and I'm sitting right here in the smoke bomb with the rogue, but the mage wasn't doing any damage to me, so I was able to tank it just fine. Here I get polymorphed, and it looks like they're going to switch onto my druid here. And so he's in a deep freeze. I'm in a Nova. He's going to go LOS, which is fine. But I'm going to want to get a charge stun or something to help him get this rogue and mage off of him. But here I get Cone of Colded again, so I can't charge again. So he is fully out of their LOS. Healed up, so they decide to switch back onto me. They think they can catch us off guard and burst into me enough to maybe get the kill. But what ends up happening is I just pop Retail. My druid is free healing over there. I still get low, of course, but here is a chance where I could have gone after the rogue and maybe have gotten the kill, but at the same time I could have gotten stunned, the mage could have blinked over and blown me up. So I decided to heroic leap back to my healer, play it smart, get healed up, and then go back after him. Of course, we do risk the re-stealth, and the rogue goes for it, but here my druid is an absolute ninja and drops a mushroom on the rogue, so that gets him out of stealth. So here we're in a good position. They wanted to get their reset, which they didn't get. They're running low on cooldowns, and I'm Blade Storming both of them, getting good damage on both of them. So the rogue decides to get back on me. I throw him down. I do a little bit of overlapping of my cooldowns with the overlapping of the throwdown and the improved hamstring. However, the damage is still done. So he gets, me back in a stun, but he's like 25% health here. So I'm able to burst back into him as soon as I get out of the stun, get some executes, and finish him off with a overpower through his cheat death. So we're both really good on health, managed to survive their burst because we played smart. and now we finish off the game with an easy win. A not so easy win is when they switch. When this happens, you want to peel for your healer. You want to pummel any casts that happen, and you want to counter pressure. If you just try to play all defensive, then they're going to get way ahead of you on damage. So you need to get a kill, and of course, hope for the best. So here's a match on Dalaran Sewers where there's not really a whole lot of places for my druid to hide if they do indeed decide to switch. So I try to get them in combat. Looks like I can get the mage out, but it's probably just him casting a polymorph that gets him in combat. So I decide Sweeping Strikes Bladestorm here because I know that he saw him trying to drop a ring. I do end up getting in the ring. He's trying to cast Frostbolts onto my healer now. But I get a good fear the rogue over there, throw him down, get him down to about half health with my initial burst. And yeah, T2 weapons are nice. Yeah, so I pop Retail. They're still hitting me. The rogue goes over to gouge my healer. So I'm thinking, are they going to switch? But they don't switch just yet. So he vanishes, and I'm going to smoke bomb, but I'm fine on health. I get deep frozen here, and I'm like, this is interesting. So the rogue goes to eat. I get peeled by the mage. I'm going after him here. My druid is chasing him to try to keep him out of stealth in tree form. But that actually puts us in a fairly bad position. I charge the mage, which you don't really want to do unless they've blinked. I get polyed, and they start going on my druid really hard. So he's got Barkskin up and is still taking tons of damage because he's just stuck out in the middle, pretty helpless. So I'm trying to peel for him. They run around the pillar. I'm getting Nova'd. He's getting progressively lower and lower on health. Goes down to about, 10,000 health, and I'm like, this is not good. So I see the rogue's low, and I know I have to finish. I have to kill this rogue, and I get my victory rush, but my healer is still really low on health, so I pummel this Frostbolt. I'm trying to keep every cast, keep the mage stunned or whatever, so he's going to poly me, which is fine. That gives us a couple more seconds for the hots to tick. He's getting more casts on my druid, but I make sure and charge him, heroic leap over to him, get him an improved hamstring, trying to do some damage to him so that he ice blocks. So I try to shatter it, but he's already out of it. He drops a ring. My druid, actually, the ninja that he is able to get a skull bash on that cast. So now, at this point, we've got his health back up to, manageable levels. We're doing okay. And pummel this... No, I just decided to Bladestorm because, we're in good shape. And we survived their switch by peeling and interrupting. And, of course, with my druid being, a beast. So, hopefully these tips help you guys out. Thanks for watching. And be sure to like, comment, and subscribe the video. And this has been Bajheera for TGN. Thank you.